Today on the Bill Mullarky Show, episode 3, we have two very special guests. I've known these guys for a couple years in Austin, and I haven't seen them for probably over a year, unfortunately. But one of the guests is a percussionist, drummer, video editor, sound engineer, drone operator. He's played with Craig Marshall, Jackie Venson, Luke Walker. He currently drums with Paul Val. He also free runner drummer.
Hey,
And
yeah.
Rich Baur is here today.
What's up, y'all? Thanks, Bill.
Live from the 512 Studios.
Yes, sir. 512 Studios in Austin, Texas.
Welcome, Rich. Thanks for stopping by. And then also we
Thanks for
have
having it.
Luke Walker. He is a singer-songwriter. I'm not sure where he's currently located. He's a Texas boy. He's the only real Texan here, born and bred, even though Rich and I have been here. We're transplants from Pennsylvania. Luke is an awesome, talented songwriter. I've known him a couple years now. He has an album called Runnin that's on Spotify. And he also has True Texas Travel Experiences Part 1 now available on Spotify and iTunes and all the streaming services. And
Yes,
both of these guys are co-hosts of the Piece of Texas travel docu-series that's available on YouTube, done by Texas Highways. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Luke Walker is here. Welcome, Luke Walker and Rich Baur.
Hey, man, it is great. It is a pleasure to be here with you guys. Two of my great friends and fellow musicians. And I must say that one of my favorite projects that I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of was whenever we came over to Bill's and went out into a field behind his house and recorded a song out there. And Bill kind of put the whole thing together, and we went out there and came out with this awesome video that is on YouTube if you want to go and check it out. Just a plug right off the bat. A yellow chair.
That was cool.
A yellow chair, and so y'all should go check it out. I love it. I look like a goofball, but Rich looks awesome, and Bill did a great job. So
yeah, we have the cinematic drone shots. That was a fun day. I appreciate you guys doing that.
That was a fun day for sure. Nice and hazy.
Oh yeah. It was early in the morning too, if I remember correctly. I think it was like 9 or 10 in the morning, which is early for us.
Yep.
So what have y'all been up to? Luke, what are you doing these days?
Well, I've been traveling a little bit, and here in my little camper that I've got, and working on another album that I'm getting ready to release. I've got a little studio set up in here, and so it'll be at least 10 songs, maybe a few more. But that's been keeping me busy. And I was going to say, I mean, I need some drums. So if Rich, if you're available and you want to some cajon on the project, man, I would be honored, and I would love that. And it would be awesome. So,
yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Cool. Well, we'll have to set that up, man. We'll facilitate that, and get together.
Yeah, and if we want full drums too,
there they are.
There's some full drums right there too, already mic'd up and ready to go. So,
yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to hearing that new album. That's really exciting.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress. I mean, I think it's sounding good, but it still needs needs some more. They're kind of in the scratch track phase. So, but yeah, I'm interested to show y'all and get y'all's honest and maybe harsh feedback.
I'm sure it'll be great, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure it'll be great. Looking forward to hearing it.
Are there so you kind of have a variety of genres on Runnin. Do you have any tricks up your sleeve on this new album?
Yeah, I would say that there's a couple of songs on there that could be considered ballads of some sort, folky. So, not your typical, country song. I do mix it up, as you know, between the folky ballads and the poppy country and with little blues and little jazz peppered in here and there. I do like to kind of try to not be confined into one particular genre, as y'all know. So there are some cool things going on this next album. Yeah, some stuff you might make you say, hey, whoa, that was kind of cool, So I'm excited about it for sure.
The one question that I always find hard to answer is, what kind of music do you play? It's like it's always hard to answer that question.
Yeah, my answer changes every time. Dude, Americana, indie folk rock. Yeah, okay, and so yeah, it's funny. That answer changes every time you answer it.
I like Ameripolitan as a genre. I feel like that covers everything.
Is that Cosmopolitan with Americana? Yeah. I like
it's like Neapolitan ice cream. Ameripolitan.
I'm gonna have to use that.
But yeah, man, Bill, Bill, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm finishing an online degree right now. I'm working at a laundromat and building a 2x4 table and bar stool, trying to stay somewhat healthy and active. I haven't released any music in a couple years, but I'll get around to doing that at some point. But yeah. I'm living life and pretty happy these days.
Nice. Have you been writing some songs?
Yeah, I have probably 10 songs that are written that I haven't released or like recorded. And then I have ones that are like, I'm sure you guys know, like half written songs, a ton of half written songs.
Yeah,
for sure. And Rich, you're also doing with at 512 Studios, you're doing sound engineering for the ACL TV show, a weekly show. I checked it out on YouTube. I think it was the right show.
Yeah, it's called 512 Studios Live, and it's on Saturdays at 5 p.m. on the CW. If you have regular TV, we also put it on YouTube as well. But yeah, man, I've been working here for about a year. Everything just kind of lined up right, and I started engineering here and then doing some video work. And then with the whole pandemic, when that hit, we quickly converted and we set up a full live streaming setup, which I'm using part of right now with the Zoom call. So basically, if you're a band, you can play in here and we run you through all of our sound gear and the soundboard and mix everything live. And we have like 6 different camera angles and, camera operators, and we can record. Yeah, we can record a whole set live and switch everything live, all the cameras. So really nice setup.
So cool. And you gave me a little video tour when I talked to you yesterday of the studio, and it's a beautiful studio. The sound soundboard. I don't know much about soundboards, but I saw that soundboard and it's one of the nicest that I've seen. I don't know anything about soundboards, but it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks super cool. We actually just got a new soundboard last week. The other one that we had has been in use at 3 different studios, and we got a new soundboard, and it's a definite upgrade, and it sounds very crisp and clear, and it works really well for what we're trying to do. We got all new monitoring too here. And it's really a nice setup that we got going on. We're still, we're dialing it in because we just got the new board. So we're, finding out all the intricacies of it and whatnot and getting it all ready to go.
Nice. When's the last time you guys have played a live show?
Rich, you want to go first?
Well, I played a live show actually Friday night with this guy named Johnny Fury. Who I
know Johnny Fury.
It was actually the first time I played with him in a long time. But I used to play some gigs with him back in the day, pre-COVID. But he actually came in and did a song called After the Lockdown here at the studio, and we kind of reconnected. And he asked me to play. It was at WTF Ice House on West 6. That place has kind of got it going on right now as far as shows. They have a real nice setup. But yeah, played Friday night.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to have a couple of gigs that I got to do. I think the most recent one was the farmers market in Manor.
Oh, nice.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was just a solo gig. I just went out there and set up and played for I think it was 3 hours. A couple breaks, and met some cool people, and got some jelly, some homemade jelly, and a couple of jalapeno peppers, and so that was a good time. And so yeah, I've just had people call and needing someone to play at their venue, and so yeah, been fortunate enough throughout everything to still be able to play a little bit. But yeah, I had a gig in Dallas, not too long ago, one back up in Wichita Falls, and a couple around, Manor and Bastrop too, there's a real cool place in Bastrop called Neighbors. Y'all have probably heard of it before, but so yeah, there's luckily there's stages, kind of all over the place. Us musicians, we persevere. Ain't that right, guys?
Yep.
For sure.
Luke,
For sure.
where are you right now? Did you answer that?
I'm in Bastrop.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're on.
Mm-hmm.
You're out. Where are you able to be on Wi-Fi?
Well, Wi-Fi is kind of, it's kind of all over the place. Can't you do a hotspot and you can just kind of fire up some internet, but I am out at a piece of land with internet, so
Nice.
so it's pretty cool, Internet's great. You gotta have it, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. I mean, you don't really gotta have it, but when you do, it's kind of like becomes a necessity sometimes,
It's a little helpful for stuff like this, for sure. I went without internet for a while, actually, because I was living out. I actually still do, but I live out in Dripping Springs, and we had terrible cell reception. So I had to be outside to even get a phone call. And if I was outside, I would get like one bar, maybe. But Actually, I just got a hotspot. It's like a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot, and that thing actually works super nice. It works a lot better than my cell phone for some reason, and yeah, got some nice solid internet out there now. So that did the trick, man. The mobile hotspot.
Nice.
So if anyone's running into that problem, try it out. It's the Netgear Nighthawk, whatever, from AT&T. So it works good.
I love a good Nighthawk.
Yeah, man.
So I was thinking, Luke, maybe you were the original founder of the Posse East open mic. And I was thinking maybe you could talk about the origins and how long ago that was formed and how long it's been running to now.
Well, yeah, that is true. It was formed somewhere around 2012 in that range. What month exactly? I couldn't tell you, but and it's been going ever since. Like it stopped because of the pandemic, so it kind of hasn't been, going on lately. But yeah, it was what happened was it used to be karaoke night, right? And then that I think just ran its course, right? And then so it kind of, they stopped doing it. And so there was a couple of weeks. This was a bar that I would frequent called Posse East. And a couple of weeks went by, and I just, I had the idea to maybe try an open mic. So I just went, I went to the owner and said, let's, what do you think? And he said, well, let's do it. So yeah, man, every Tuesday, from 8 to midnight. And so right when I started doing the open mic, I kind of, I was already going to a bunch of other open mics, at that time, and when I started doing that, I would go to these different open mics and kind of recruit people, and that's actually where I met Rich and our other buddy Dustin. Was that at one of those open mics? I think it was Flipnotics. And so I said, hey man, I'm doing this other open mic and you should come out. And so Rich started coming to that one pretty much every week, and we kind of became the house band. Rich would bring his drums and I had my guitar, and then our other buddy Jason would come, who also played guitar. So the three of us were essentially like a house band until people would show up, and it kind of took off. It really did take off. Actually, it became a really fun and great open mic,
Yeah.
And then I after about 4 years or so, I passed it on to a friend of mine, and he kind of assumed the position and kind of has been keeping it going, all this time. But so it was, and then we started doing, some other events there, like other music events, and it was a fun thing to be a part of, all those years.
For sure. It's one of the few places early on, like when I first moved to Austin, it's hard to find places where you can play in stage time. And it's a perfect place to, usually you can play up to a half hour of your music. And they also have $2 16-ounce beers, which is a nice bonus of the Posse.
Yes. Yeah, man. I miss that place, man. That was always a good time, One weird thing about this whole Corona thing is sometimes I have people ask me, hey, man, where's there an open mic tonight? And before the shutdown and everything in March, I could name an open mic or some sort of jam or whatever every night of the week that you could go to. And now, who knows what's going on? I don't know. I'm sure that there's still open mics out there. I think there's one at OPA on like Wednesdays or something like that. But maybe I'm just out of the scene. I don't know. But it's kind of like everything got kind of tossed up in the air. You know what I mean? As far as what days things are, which is kind of a shame, you know.
Mm.
But those were some good times. The Posse East.
Definitely. It seems like music, it's like the people that are able to have an audience that is willing to pay money and for like socially distant. So like you have to have like 20 to 50 exclusive people that are like willing. This is what I've noticed at least, willing to pay and do the social like it has to be a room or outside. You have to be like within a certain threshold to be able to have any type of concert, even though those are even few and far between. Uh,
Mm.
but yeah, and I don't think you're out of the scene. I think it's just there's not much going on as far as open mics, liabilities for.
Yeah, I mean, I played some shows like they do nowadays. What they're doing, obviously, as most people knows, is like people are selling, like the venues are selling like tables, right? So you buy
Mhm.
like a whole table for like $100 or whatever, and then 6 people get to go. You know what I mean? But that's even more complicated because you have to coordinate with 6 people to get, to come out and whatnot. But anyways, we'll get through it. And,
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
it's just a point in time. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel for sure. So
Definitely.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, it's tough because a lot of places you expect to have music, suddenly didn't, and so, but I agree. We're on the other side of it. It can't get much worse, so it's only got to get better from here. Is the way I see it, and we're resilient. People are resilient, and we take advantage of the opportunities that we can, and you can be safe about it as well. Is the main thing, I think. There's ways of being safe where we can still, get together and have an event. Uh, just got to figure, get kind of creative sometimes. So that's pretty much just what you got to do, in my
Definitely.
opinion.
yes, sir.
That's just the way I do.
That wasn't a controversial take, Luke. I think that was. Some people get
But okay, did anybody with that one? No. All right, cool.
Have you guys been doing anything to stay healthy? Like you've been eating good and trying to stay active?
Yes, sir. Actually, one cool thing for me about this whole pandemic and the shutdown and whatnot is I actually was able to like dive real deep into gardening, which was cool.
Oh.
So had a pretty badass garden set up, and was basically eating fresh vegetables, all the way up until the first frost, which was about a month ago or whatever. But I definitely strongly recommend, if you can get into gardening, even if it's a couple plants, to do it, because it was fun, and everything tastes better for sure.
What are you growing? I have about 10 succulents grown, and I just ordered a pack of like a $20 pack of like 50 different plants, seeds, like for tomatoes, cucumbers, and I am interested in the gardening.
Nice. We were growing pretty much anything you could think of. We have the place, the piece of property that I'm staying on right now. We have a 10-foot high fence around probably about a quarter of an acre. It's a really big garden. But yeah, tomatoes, okra, all different kinds of peppers, all kinds of herbs. Let's see what else. Tomatillos, squash. beans, things like that.
Nice.
Bunch of different stuff.
I
We
tried
had
okra.
watermelons.
Tried okra for the first
Okra.
time a couple weeks ago. I had it in a gumbo. It was good.
Yeah, dude, we had okra grow so well. We had a really large okra crop, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I would suggest maybe try growing that. So that's a good one.
Gardening is
just don't let them get too big, right? And that right, Rich? Don't let them get too big.
Yeah, that was a mistake of mine. For a little while, you gotta, you know what I mean? I learned that one the hard way, but yeah, for next year, we got it. You know what I mean? But yeah, you want to basically 3 inches, 3 or 4 inches. That's about it. But when they get past that, I always thought bigger was better, but not in the case of okra. You would think, but not for okra.
Yeah. About 3 inches, that's the sweet spot.
Yep.
My understanding of it.
Mm-hmm. So how you doing, Luke? So you're out in Bastrop, huh? How long have you been out there?
Oh, for a little while. Yeah, a couple of months actually. And yeah, I'm liking it, man. It's kind of peaceful where I'm at.
Yeah.
So, and we're gonna grow some stuff out here too. Whenever springtime rolls back around, and yeah, man, good people that I'm surrounded by out here. And I just still drive into Austin when I need to. As y'all know, it's not that far.
Yeah.
It's probably about the same as Dripping Springs from to Austin. Honestly.
Yeah, just the other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
So yeah, it's cool, man. Yeah, I like it out here. And yeah, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you too, Bill. I genuinely miss both of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just saying that. I wouldn't just say that to just anybody. But yeah, man, y'all two are just great guys, class act. Both of you, and doers. Y'all are always doing something, and it motivates me, to want to do something and create something. And I just miss you guys, love y'all, and respect both of y'all, and wanted to go ahead and say that, put that out there because
love you too, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's been awesome getting to know you guys over the past couple of years, and I can't wait to do a show or something with you guys whenever this, is through.
For sure, man. Yes, sir. We'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, you said you'd been traveling a little bit. Where have you gone?
Well, just kind of traveling. I'm not traveling as much as I have been. But I've bounced around. I was working on this rig, for a little while up in Wichita, and then just kind of was kind of staying in Manor, for a little while. Dragged it out there, stayed up there, and now I'm out here in Bastrop. So it's a little bit of traveling, but I like it. It's just who I am, and how it's been, and it's fun to explore new places, man. And it's kind of like the best of both worlds. I've been stationary, for long periods of time in my life, and then there's been other periods where, go out and see what's out there in the world, But it's been great so far. I got nothing to complain about, in life right now, and that's just that, I'm excited, optimistic about the future.
Yeah.
Right on.
I hope y'all are too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, it's been really cool working here at 512. Been getting a lot of experience with all kinds of different bands and whatnot, and been drumming on a lot of people's records too, which is cool. Doing a lot of studio drumming, which is awesome. Getting super fast at Pro Tools and, all the little tips and tricks, things like that. And it's been fun just working with a bunch of different musicians too. They come through here, and we get a bunch of people that come through that otherwise I might not have a chance to work with. So it's pretty cool and fun. And it's good, staying active in the scene and and doing it. I love doing studio stuff. And this place, since we have the TV show and we do video as well, it's kind of like the best of all worlds, doing audio and video and drumming.
And what part of town are you staying in Austin these days?
Me?
Yeah.
I actually live out in Dripping Springs.
Word.
Yeah, the studio's on South Lamar. So I'm here all the time, pretty much. But yeah, I stay out in Dripping Springs.
Okay, nice.
And it's beautiful out there as
So
well,
nice
and
out there.
peaceful. Yeah, it's very peaceful. Got a cool little spot out there. So
Cool.
yeah,
Right on.
have some big bonfires and whatnot. So
I'm always down for. I'm a
We'll have to
borderline.
have a little we'll have to have a little bonfire one of these days. A
Definitely.
socially distanced bonfire.
Yeah, I might try out some of that okra.
Yeah.
I think the heat from the flame kind of kills the virus a little bit too.
Yeah, me too.
I read that somewhere.
Yeah, me too. And whiskey too.
Yeah.
Whiskey helps kill it too. Yep. Very cool, man. Well, hey, Bill, tell me about your show, man. Tell me more about it.
So this is the third episode. You guys are the first real guests. I had my sister on last week, or I guess
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. And I'm just trying to do something different and new.
Yeah.
I miss a lot of people. Like, I wanted to just hang out with you guys, and I was like, oh, what if I just invite them? We can stay where we are, and we can just talk over a Zoom call.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been a new endeavor. I don't really know that much about what I'm doing, or I really have no idea, but it's just kind of a fun experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other guests planned in the future, or who would you like to have on the show?
Ooh, I'd like to try to get some people that I look up to, in Austin, that I don't really know that well, Shaky Graves, Alejandro Rose Garcia would be an awesome dream guest. Trying to think of who else. Yeah, I don't know. That would be a good one. Yeah. Then other than that, just friends that I've known that I look up to in Austin. People that are doing things. And Luke, you said that I'm doing things, but I'm not really doing things, man. This year I haven't been productive at all. I've been such a bum. So this is kind of a way for me to try to just make something and do something.
Well, there you go. Now you're doing things.
Yeah, now I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And what I've kind of discovered is that you kind of go in phases sometimes. Sometimes you do a lot, you just do a lot, and then kind of slows down and feels, and you're not doing as much. So it's all good, man. I have phases too sometimes, where a couple of months feels like not doing a whole lot, but in general, what I was saying, generally speaking, you've done a lot. Rich has done a lot, and I feel like I've done a lot too. done in our lifetimes. We've done some cool stuff, and a lot of it was together. So
yeah,
and I think we should do something else. You know what I mean? Sometime in the very, very near future, we should do some more cool stuff.
Yeah, totally. And, just to expand on that, and for everybody listening too, because I'm sure a lot of people feel this the same way, you know what I mean, and can relate, because, the whole virus and everything kind of switched up everybody's world, and everybody has to adapt. And, sometimes it's easier to adapt and than others, but, there's seasons for everything. You know what I mean? And, we're in one season right now, but just as quick as spring's going to come, there'll be another season, and the winds shift and whatnot. And then you find yourself doing some other stuff. So,
Well said.
but yeah, yeah, but, I'd like to encourage anyone that is kind of feeling that they're, not doing stuff or not being productive out there to kind of don't get too down on yourself, because there's already enough negativity in the world, and you can always start doing something, just like Bill started this show. So any little thing, is a nice little stepping stone.
Yeah, something I've been just
So
irrational positivity is something that I've been trying to do more of, just being positive for the sake of being positive, and just trying to like emit, not, it's so easy to get bogged down. Like if you watch the news all day, you're just going to feel depressed. Go outside and just try to live your life and, radiate positivity or something like that. I don't know. I don't do much radiating, but I can be quietly positive.
Yeah, dude. It's hard, man. It's really, really hard, nowadays. And it's just one of those things where you just, hey, got to try your best, and, whatnot. Who knows?
For sure.
I feel the positivity radiating off of you, Bill.
Here, let me just push it out
Air
there.
high five.
Thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
I feel positivity from you guys as well. Good vibes.
Yeah, man.
He just has like good energy, dude. I don't know, bro.
Yes, sir.
Sweet.
Well, we got about 5 more minutes. I'm sure that Rich has a band coming in tonight, I'm assuming.
Actually, not really. At this point, normally we do, but right now we're kind of cleaning up the studio and getting it ready from this, board changeover still. So, we got a session tomorrow, basically all day, and then from then on, but yeah, man, we're doing some mixing right now in the other room. We get a lot of people because of Corona, they send us just some tracks in, some stems, and we kind of mix it, and run it through our board and whatnot, and our plugins and all our outboard gear and whatnot. And we just mix them, mixing and mastering. So they're actually doing that in the other room right now, doing some mixing. But we got a band coming in tomorrow. So.
Do you have
Yes,
a specific track artist or one or two artists that you have done studio drumming for you that you're particularly excited about?
Yeah, actually I do. Couple people. The first one that comes off to mind, I really like his music. Actually there's quite a few. But there's this guy, his name's Carson Jeffrey. He's a Texas country artist, and his latest album, he's recorded 2 albums. He did his first one here, but I wasn't a part of it. His latest one, I drummed on all the tracks that he did here at 512, which I think was like 10 or 12 tracks. and it turned out really, really good. And he's like touring around and whatnot, and he's doing real well for himself. So, and I think the tracks turned out really great. I engineered it and drummed on it, and that's another really cool one. There's a band called the Consequentialists on Spotify. That turned out really cool too. That's like some different stuff. We just had a guy named Leroy Gibbons that came in. His stuff's not out yet, but he's a really cool dude, and that turned out great. So, and I drummed on that. And there's just a bunch of different stuff. The Paul Val stuff turned out great. Sam Houston, I just engineered. He's going to be releasing an EP soon. He actually just got nominated for Best Band in Austin by the Chronicle. I engineered his stuff. He'll be releasing that soon. I don't know, just a bunch of different stuff. So,
and if anybody listening hasn't checked out the Piece of Texas travel series on YouTube, Luke wrote the songs for. They basically just drove around Texas and like made awesome drone footage, cinematic, beautiful like videos with that they talk over and guest narrate. It's really awesomely produced, and definitely recommend checking that out. And Luke, you also, I saw on your YouTube randomly that you did a commercial for like an RV lot, like a trailer park, or like.
Yeah, I did. That was a drone gig. You know, I got a drone actually now. It's similar to the one that we use that Rich has. It's the DJI a drone, and so I went and, you know, shot some footage of this RV park, and I kind of made a collaboration of all my favorite shots, and put a song that I had previously recorded just on there as background music, and just posted it to YouTube. So you can go see that. It's kind of cool. Coyote Ranch,
Coyote Ranch.
Resort.
nice.
Yeah. So
yeah, hire Luke to do your commercials. Like if you have
Well,
a place. Are you still doing that?
You know,
Are you still offering that service?
well, you know, to an extent, you know, but
Price
you know, I
is
also
right.
do jingles. Yeah, you know, I've also done jingles for different you know, companies, and then of course written songs about our great state of Texas, of course, as well. And you know, so I just, you know, I'll write about, you know, just about whatever I feel is necessary at the time. And love doing it. And so you know, not really I'm kind of working on these songs I already have completed, you know, before writing too much more. I want to get this stuff recorded and out there, and then, you know, because I have probably about 15 or 16 or so, you know, new songs that I kind of need to record and get out there. But you know, you never know when an idea is going to pop up, you know, so it can happen just at any moment, you know, and start writing a new song, you know, so it can say you're not writing it 1 minute, and the next minute you're writing a new song.
You never know, man, when that inspiration's gonna hit. You never know. I think it's kind of fun too to kind of put yourself on the spot too. You're like, all right, I'm gonna write a song about, you know, we get some people that come in here too that, you know, need songs written, you know, or they have an idea and we have to help them finish it, and we produce it out or whatnot. But it's cool if you're like, all right, I want like kind of a sort of dance track about, you know, the beach and the blah, 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 and you kind of form a story about it. And then once you get a general idea, it's kind of cool even just to get the creative process flowing, if you're in a writer's block or something, just to kind of test yourself. And even if it's not even a, song for your album or whatever, just to do it, for fun or as a one-off, and maybe it's a completely different genre than you normally do. It's kind of fun just to test yourself and, get the juices flowing and whatnot. So that's kind of fun.
The art of finishing things. Like, it's easy to start things, but to finish things is something that I struggle with doing. It seems like Rich is like, you have a deadline, you're doing this band. It seems like you are really honing on finishing things. I start a lot of things, but it's hard for me to finish.
Yeah, with this, since you're working with other people's music in the studio, this is, one of the best studios in Austin. It's like, people expect timely, when you're paying for the studio time and whatnot, one thing we pride ourselves in is a fairly quick turnaround. So you're not waiting months to release your album, you can get it done. We can do like a song from start to finish in a day and have it releasable if you want to do one song, you know what I mean? So it's like, we do that a lot. A singer-songwriter will come in with a scratch track of acoustic and vocals, or they'll have the song written with acoustic, and I play drums and Omar plays bass, and we'll basically build out the song to like a full band production, which is always fun. And we can usually get it to like pretty much the final mix in like a day for one song. So that's really fun to do that.
Cool. Well, I won't hold y'all up much longer. I just want to say thanks again for hanging out. I miss you guys. I can't wait till the next time we all hang out. And to anyone that's listening, make sure to, go buy Luke Walker's album on iTunes. Don't just stream it on Spotify. Buy that. That way,
yeah,
because Spotify pays like 0.003 cents per stream. It really helps out the artist if you like buy people's music and buy support these guys, support the local artists, and make sure to like their stuff on social media when they post. And I don't know the devil of social media, but
yeah, man. I mean, whoever's watching this out here that's a musician, or if you have a commercial or whatever, if you want to record here at 512, just give us a call. Just look us up on Google or whatever, and say Rich sent you. And I'd love to engineer your stuff, play drums on it, whatever. Or if any bands want to do a live stream or even just a live video recording of your set, hit us up.
Definitely. And how can they hit you up, Rich?
Just Google 512 Studios and it'll come up.
Cool.
And just call that number or email. Yeah, or just whatever. Facebook, I guess, maybe. Facebook message. Or just hit me up personally if you have my number.
Sweet. Well, I think I'm going to end it here. So we can still hang out. But thanks for watching the Bill Mullarky Show, episode 3 with Rich Baur and Luke Walker. And take care. Peace out.
Thanks, Bill.
All right. Yeah, we can say whatever now. You guys feel all right? I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. I'm like...